Hey YouTube, it's your girl. I know I didn't make the video on Friday and I am so sorry. So one thing you'll learn really quickly about this industry is that you can plan and plan and plan, but always be prepared for curveballs. So having said that, I'm gonna do a really quick update. As you can tell, I am not in La Quinta Inn and Suites anymore in Corsicana. I am actually in Kingwood, Texas, where I live. I am home for one night and one night only, so I'm gonna make this video short and sweet. Friday, I took my first CDL test at the Swift Transportation Academy. Ow, sorry, I'm trying to move my leg. And I failed, which is fine. I took my test again today. So what happens when you fail? How did I fail, first of all? So I failed on my parallel. And the reason that I failed is even though my truck was inside the box. So for those of you who don't know, when you're doing your backing maneuvers, you're going to have some cones and you're going to have lines that create this rectangular box. You have to get your tractor and trailer in that box. Well, Friday was a learning experience. So side note, the instructors at Swift Academy, at least for Corsicana, that's the school that I went to, so that's the school that I could talk about. 90% of them are very, very new. And because they are new, they haven't had a chance to go through the DOT certification to do the third-party testing that is done at Swift Academy. Now, the third-party testers mean that instead of going to school and then taking a truck down to the local DMV and doing a test with a state trooper, you are actually tested on the site of the academy at the school with people that you've already got a good rapport with because they've been there going through the program with you. So there are only four instructors right now that are DOT certified to test as a third-party tester at the school. The problem with that is DOT regulates that they cannot give any information about the test to even the instructors that are just regular instructors for Swift. So there was a huge communication gap between the instructors telling us what the DOT wanted and actually what DOT wanted. And that's where I fall into play. So I did my straight line back. No problem. If you can't straight line, don't even try to do the other two because you need to know how to straight line to do your offset and your parallel. Did my offset, cut that shit like butter like I'd been doing it my whole life. Threw my parallel in the box, saw that it was in the box, used my get out and looks, use that stuff. If you're coming out to the academy, they're gonna tell you, you get 2 free pull-ups, you get 2 free get out and looks. Use them. Do not blow your horn and say that you're done with that test until you know where your truck is in the box. And let me tell you why. My truck was in the box. If you were looking at the lines on the ground, my truck and trailer were inside of that box. No part of it was touching the line. The problem with my parallel was on the back end of the trailer, the very, very back where the bumper is, if you would have drawn an imaginary line from the back tip of the trailer down to the ground, my trailer would have been where the paint of the line and the pavement meet. That's considered out of the box. The reason being, if there was a wall there, they're saying my trailer would have been touching that wall. Do I agree with this? No. Do all of the instructors agree with it? Oddly enough, no. There were some that said it was in, and of course the DOT people across the board were saying it was out. It is what it is. So what happens when you fail is you go to class Saturday and Sunday, and there's a fine young man, he's an older man, who's got 30 plus years driving. He only does DOT retakes and stuff like that now. So he's there on the weekends, and let me tell you, when this guy said he was gonna help us, I had to learn to do my backing maneuvers the opposite direction because you can't test on them the same way twice in a row. So not only did I have to learn my backing maneuvers to the opposite direction, I only had one day to do it because it stormed its ass off on Saturday. But Mr. John was amazing. He let us know all of the stuff that we were taught incorrectly so that we had proper time to fix it before we retook our test today on Monday. There were 7 of us that failed, and all 7 of us passed today with flying colors. So, does this mean that we weren't very well prepared for Friday? Technically, no. The problem with testing on Friday was that some of the information we were given, both as far as the road test and as far as our backing maneuvers, was just wrong. And it's not that the instructors didn't know what they were saying, it's just that they honestly don't know specifics when it comes to what DOT is looking for with the test. So if you're going out to Swift Academy, or if you're there right now and you said bye to me, hello, I told y'all I would say hi. Shout out to all the peeps at Corsicana. It's not hard. Doing this is not hard. I came into this not knowing a damn thing about trucks, and now I look at trucks as I'm going down the highway, and it is stupid how much information I know about them just from looking at them. But it's kind of cool as well. So, took my test today, we passed, and now we are home. Normal people get to go home for a few days because so I already hired, I have my fuel card, I'm good to go. I'm ready to get on the mentor's truck. I came in, kind of already had an idea of who my mentor was going to be, but we'll do another video with both of us on his channel, probably tomorrow or Wednesday. But because he got to take his first student as of today, I happened to graduate today, it really worked out the way I wanted it to. And I am actually only here in Houston for tonight. Tomorrow morning early, I have to get up, drive to Lancaster where his truck is, and I'll meet him there for our first official load. And so I will be on the mentor's truck for 200 hours. Usually you knock out those 200 hours in 3 to 4 weeks. My mentor really likes to run, so I will keep you updated, and he will be definitely keeping you updated on his channel on how the time progresses, how I'm doing, how I transition from driving just a regular 4-wheeled car to the 18-wheeler longer than 30 minutes a day. So it'll be fun. So things you need to know for the last week of class. Get out of your head. If you have it in your mind that you're going to go in there and backing is just going to suck and you're never going to be able to do it, how in the world are you ever going to do a pre-trip? These are fears that I had. So that's why I'm saying them. Honestly, I could do pre-trip right now in my sleep. You could probably pull me over drunk driving and ask me to recite a pre-trip, and I could do it with no problem. Pre-trip is not hard. Even if you've never seen under the hood of any vehicle, it's not hard, and they definitely give you ample time to learn it. Don't get caught up on, oh, I can't memorize the verbiage. You do have to say the verbiage. You do have to say kind of this script. But if you can memorize your alphabets and all that shit, you can memorize songs, thousands and thousands of songs that are up here in your brain. Turn the verbiage into a song, turn it into a rhythm, a rhyme, whatever you need to, you will get it. Pre-trip, you do it every day of your fucking life after the first week, so you have no choice but to get it. So don't be worried about that. As far as backing goes, I got asked a lot today, what was the number one thing that I would take away from backing that would make it easier for other people? You have to know where that trailer's going and how to make it move the way you want it to. That's something that your instructor has to teach you. I was blessed to have 3 different instructors. We won't get into that. It was on their part, not ours. Our group had 3 different instructors. So we did get to learn bits and pieces from each instructor, and that put us that much more ahead of everyone else that just had the one instructor. But in the end, it didn't really work out to our benefit the way we had planned, but we came out, we passed, we're good, we're not walking backwards, we're gonna keep moving forward. But definitely don't get caught up on the steps. They're gonna give you some steps, It's good to know the steps because you really do. It helps knowing which way to turn the wheel when you get in there and you get nervous. But at the end of the day, you really need to just be able to look in your mirrors and say, which way is that trailer pointing? Okay, it's pointing to the left, so I'm going to turn my wheel to the left and vice versa. Once you get that down and you grasp how to maneuver the trailer, you could back in a figure 8 with no problems. It's all about learning how to move the trailer. Fuck the steps. You will know where to turn that wheel based on where the end of your trailer is. And ultimately, just know that we're not here to drive trucks. We're driving trailers. When you can wrap your mind around that, the rest of it just falls into place. So, after you graduate, typically what happens is you get to go home for a few days while they find you a mentor. So you don't leave school. Like I took my test at 9 o'clock this morning. I was back by 10:45 or 10:30ish. They didn't have my paperwork, my higher paperwork done until around 2 o'clock, and then I headed out here. I went to the DMV, got my license. By the way, those people in Texas wanting to know how much does your permit and your license cost? Your permit is $25, and today I found out your license cost $57. So at Swift, they upload your scores into the DPS system. You go out to your local DMV, DPS, whatever you want to call it. All you do is give them your license and your permit. They're able to pull up everything else from inside the computer. You pay your $57, you take your new swanky picture, and you are ready to roll. Like I said, in my case, because my mentor and my schedule worked out so perfectly, I don't get any home time. I'm home right now, but where most of my classmates are going to be home for like a week, I'm leaving out first thing in the morning, which is good. It's fine. I'm ready to get on the road. There's a reason that I started this journey, and I have a 5-year plan, and the sooner I can get that rolling, sooner I am to meeting my goal. So it's going to suck being away from home for 3 more weeks. I've been gone for 3 weeks now. I'm going to be gone for another 3 weeks. But at the end of the day, came here to do a job and provide for my family. So that's what I'm going to do. So that is my update for now. Like I said, my mentor and I will be making a video probably tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know what his video schedule is going to be. But you will catch me either here on my channel from probably a truck stop or from inside the truck, and wherever he decides to do our video. I will be his first student, so I know he's going to want to let y'all know how that is from a mentor's perspective, and then I'll be filming what it's like not only being with a mentor, but being with somebody who this is his first time mentoring in this field. This was a career change for him as well, so I'm pretty interested in seeing the dynamic between two older people who did a career change and came into this knowing nothing about it, and just kind of seeing how we mesh. That's what all this is about. So I'm super excited, and I'm super excited to let y'all know who my mentor is, but I can't do that right now. But yeah, I'm gonna get y'all the information, let you kind of see how this progresses, and you'll follow me all the way into my solo career. So stay tuned. Again, if you have any questions, drop them down below. I'll be sure to check them and get you the answers just as soon as I can. Once I get on the truck tomorrow, I will not be on my phone at all. It's going to stay in the bunk while I'm driving because I'm here to learn. So if it takes me a little while to get back to you, don't worry about it. I do answer all of my messages. So I'm the Texas Mother Trucker, and I will see y'all out on the road.